everybody. Right now we are preparing ourselves to future programs in terms of what is happening after the crisis. Right now we are dealing with several topics in relation to discussions we have in Germany with some companies, in Spain with the actual situation, the future launch, what is expected. And I make myself comment to a situation that there are some questions to be answered, already known by most of us, but finally sometimes forgotten and sometimes perhaps not really matters in the times before. But right now I would like to touch base on 20 points where we are making some videos of 3 to 5 minutes to get you up to pace and to let you know what is our perception of the future and what could be some recommendations, answers to the actual situation, and to optimize your personal situation and also the situation of the company. I would like to go through these 20 points to give you some ideas what will be the 3 minutes by 20 times what we are touching down on some knowledge based especially on my experience of 30 years of industry, mainly automotive industry, and how we are dealing with crises and launches afterwards the crisis. So the first one will be the adaptation to a situation. I think that's obvious. It is something what we need to do right now to deal with the situation. We are coming back to that, how to do and what to do in a very short sense with some few words in 3 to 5 minutes. Next one is survive. I think survive, it's definitely important. There are some topics what we need to discuss in terms of financing, but it's not the main point. The main point is how we are preparing ourselves to make our company and ourselves resilient to a situation what we are facing right now. Third point, and perhaps a little bit, not common, in a not common sense, it's independency. The independency of our company, I think that's the main goal for the future, to get back to a situation where we are somehow able to choose with whom we are working, what should be our clients, what should be our products, and all these kinds of things. So there's a lot to be discussed, but this independency, this independent thinking is getting us some freedom to make our choice, not only the choice of our customers. Next point will be strategic goals. Strategic goals or objectives, it is something what is giving us some guidance, directions where we have to navigate through. So if we are losing that out of pace, even a lot of companies are saying right now, future might happen, but right now I'm completely busy with the actual situation. It's correct, but if you're taking a decision not knowing what will be the next steps and the steps after this decision, I think you are losing pace by the end of the day. You are navigating like that. So by the end of the day, this strategic goal, this strategic objective setting, it's mainly important to give us direction for the future. And nobody can do it if not we are doing it. Next point is health. It's your health. Right now we are in a situation, and I was facing that several times in my career in the automotive industry. Situations, pressure, bad habits are touching our health. So we need to do something for our health to protect ourselves and give us the power to optimize our workflow and keep healthy. Next point is preparation. What do we need to do based on actual situation, actual cars, actual goals for the future, how to prepare these things correctly? Some people are saying every time, okay, this preparation, this planning of the next steps is perhaps not necessary anymore because things are changing so fast. Might be right, but every planning gives you already a structure how to replan, how to re-preparate the situation like it is right now. Next step is a kind of paranoia. If things are going good, you're successful in your business and things are absolutely running in a perfect scale, a little bit of paranoia is not that bad, because we all have to see this kind of black swan, what might be coming up because of some major influences of the market. Might be regional, might be geographic, might be technology, might be customer expectations are changing, or whatever. But these kinds of things, a little bit of paranoia, especially when we are in a good shape, it's not that bad. We're discussing about that. For me, very important is the work ethics. The work ethics is something what I'm treating personally, like sometimes we are going over the limits. But we have to reconcentrate us on our ethics. What is the way of working? What is the sense what we're doing in terms of what's the way, the realistic way, the governance way, the compliant way to reach our goals. Next one is discipline. It does not need to be explained that much, but how we are reaching this discipline. Sometimes it seems a little bit difficult, especially in these kinds of times when everybody's doing everything what seems necessary, but perhaps it's not in the same direction. How do we get this discipline without forcing our people in a negative sense? Next one is managing chaos. The chaos, what we're seeing right now, everybody of us, is some 30, 40 different topics on our desk what needs to be optimized. How we can do that and how to optimize our way of doing and how to improve the way of doing, I think that is something what we should remember. Everybody learned that already in his studies or in his courses, management courses, but I think things changed a lot, and there are some new instruments to head up with these kinds of things. Next one is, from my point of view, is a kind of mission. We need to have a mission in our way of doing, in our daily way of doing. So the mission is something what keeps a team together to go in the right direction, in the same direction, and with motivation in this direction. So this kind of mission should be clear to everybody, and how to create this mission, how to change this vision, especially in times right now. It is something what we would like to touch base on. We will deal also with limited resources. I'm talking about money, but not only about money. I'm talking about resources in terms of capacities, competency, perhaps some extra influences, what is giving us some guidance also for the next steps to take on a short term, but also on a long term. Multitasking. We heard multitasking is not possible. Our brain is not used to do that. And yeah, perhaps we still believe it, but it's not like that. But if we can't do multitasking with these 30, 40 points on our table, how to get through this? It's a kind of organization of ourselves in terms of prioritizing and these kinds of things. We will discuss that in depth in one of our videos. A thick skin. That is something what I really learned in my times of Volkswagen. You are every time, if everything runs well, your boss is finding something where he can treat on pressure. Might be normal, might be the way of management, however it is. In the next years, we need a thick skin to survive ourselves through the times and perhaps to distance us a little bit from actual situations. Next point is building a network. I'm not talking about social network, I'm not talking about Facebook, but people helping us in times of uncertainty. Might be our best friends, might be a network inside of the company, might be some teachers, some mentors, might be some friends, some good old friends from study times or whatever. But I think building up this network, this real network, not only social network, is helping us by the end of the day to overcome bad situations with right recommendations and right support from people we know and we love. Communication. One of my favorite points, because from my point of view, it's the basis of everything. What we are doing, like managers, like top managers, like CEOs, CTOs or whatever, is managing situations, what we have right now, and this is only working through communication. If we're not communicating properly, correctly, and motivational, I think we have to build the church by ourselves. And that's not the goal. And even to tell our people to build a church might be not the right way to do it. So how to communicate that they want to build the church? That's communication. And by the end of the day, we are touching base on in 3 to 5 minutes. And if you need some more, we can talk about everything in terms of workshops, in terms of seminars, in terms of other videos, or however you want to deal with that. I think with communication as basis of everything, we can solve most of the actual issues if we are communicating correctly. With that comes leadership. Leadership is not managing topics. Leadership is reaching situations for everybody in the surrounding, all the stakeholders, but also the surrounding, to be okay with the situation or be happy with the situation. It's a kind of success, but not the company success itself. It's for the company, it's for the people working inside of the company, it's for the banks, it's for the surrounding, it's for the environment, and all these kinds of things. This kind of leadership, my second hobby, is how to treat the things in a way that people are engaging for things and are passionate to deliver something without fearing or destroying or making things bad for the other topics. So quite an interesting topic. And the final topic for me is other cultures. We, like company, we're working with Chinese people, with Indian people, with Mexican people, with American people, with Venezuelan people, with Spanish people, and for sure with Germans like me. So it is about geographic cultures, but it's also about company cultures. If you're working with a company like, for example, with GM, it's a totally different approach like working with Volkswagen. Results might be the same, but the way to get to these results is different. And that is related to the culture of the company. We will touch base on that. So, if you are aligned with that, I would be happy to give you to all of these 20 points a short introduction, recommendation, and some things what you can even remember or learn new, I don't know, to get to better results in the actual situation. And I made it 3 minutes up to 5 minute maximum, that you really have to time to concentrate on that, and perhaps you are taking some goods out of that for you, for yourself, for your company. So I'm looking forward seeing you in all these videos, and I'm even more looking forward to your comments. Thank you for listening, and see you soon.